So we all love a driver review, and in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Srixon ZX drivers. Right, so we're going to start with ZX5. So the fixed weight in the back of the head, but really good looking club. I mean, lots of shelf appeal when it's going to be sat in the shop for you to look at. So with the face, we've got the rebound frame. So the idea is a little bit more consistency with ball speed across the face. Carbon crown, like you see with a lot of the drivers nowadays. So really maximum forgiveness with the ZX5. So I've got the 9-degree head. I've got it down 1 degree in its flat lie. So let's hit some shots and see, first of all, how it looks and feels. Second of all, how it performs. So behind the ball, it's a good looking club and not a huge footprint for a forgiving driver, but quite a classic looking driver. So I actually really like the look of that behind the golf ball. So solid strike, little draw, and that one maybe just a little bit on the flat side trajectory-wise, and maybe my speed just down a couple of miles an hour, but a decent start and pretty playable. Let's go again. That was definitely a little bit low off the face. Again, it's in play. I was a bit quicker, but the strike wasn't great. Right, so my first reaction off those couple of drives felt very hard off the face. Now, for me personally, not maybe my favourite feel with driver. Let's just go for a few more and see if part of that was strike. That one definitely a little higher up the face. A bit cutty. Again, performance-wise, okay. Right, let's go a couple more with ZX5. Definitely feels very hard off the face. Let's go one final one with ZX5. Now that one a little bit towards the toe. Actually love the flight with the little toey one. And not bad at 261 and 284. Right, so if you look at the average for ZX5, I've swung it at a decent speed, 109. Ball speed definitely back, so not out the middle every time. And I do think that's the little challenge sometimes. You know, I know this shaft works okay for me, but maybe not the perfect shaft. Definitely the strikes were a little low on the face, so launching a bit lower than normal. Spinning maybe a little high, and 240 carry and 264 total. Kind of just okay for performance. Right, so that moves me on to the ZX7. Now, certainly, when I put them down side by side, even though I didn't think ZX5 was that big, when I put them side by side, ZX5 definitely looks bigger. So probably for me, just prefer the look of ZX7. Be interesting to see, because obviously a lot of the construction is very similar. Just obviously got the kind of two weights at the back here. Be interesting to see how this kind of performs relative to ZX5. So I've actually got same shaft, same loft setting, but let's go. A little pushy one. So not awful, but again, not my best. Quite spinny for what felt a good strike. Again, solid, if not ripped. Good launch angle, good spin, 266 and 289. Definitely, even with the loft down on this one, launching the ball up in the air. But definitely for me, because that launch is quite high, that ball speed just back of where I would like it to be. But at 261 carry and 282, not awful. But I definitely like to see, with me moving at that speed, I'd like to see a bit more ball speed out the driver. There's that little low strike. Now we can see there, as the strike's been lower on the face, ball's launched lower, ball speed's jumped up, but the spin's also jumped. Let's go one final one with ZX7, and then we'll look at some averages and compare the two models. So felt solid. Some decent performance, but still that ball speed a little bit back of where I would like to see it. And quite spinny for a solid strike, and therefore only 252 and 268. Right, so if we look at the average for ZX7, 110 club speed, 155 ball speed, launching at 13.2, spinning at 2.7, so giving a carry at 2.58 and total at 2.78. Now, if we look at the groupings, ZX7 much tighter, more about front to back, so very consistent on carry. And when we obviously compare the two drivers, I actually got just a tiny bit more club head speed out of ZX7. So quite a pickup in ball speed from 152 to 155. Launched a little bit higher, which definitely for me was more down to strike. That then kept the spin a little bit lower, and definitely saw more performance out of ZX7 at 258 and 278 compared to 240 and 263. Right, so quite an easy winner when I was on driving range mode there, just looking at out and out performance. ZX7 really outproduced ZX5. But I'm now going to go on the simulator, Trackman Simulator, 18th hole, PGA National. Head to head, which one can I get in play most when I'm trying to hit a particular shot? So not too bothered about how far this one's going, just see which one I can get in play the most. So we're going to go ZX5 first. Now, to be honest, I thought, if anything, maybe just a soft fade seemed to be the shot with this club. That's a good shape. Should be in the short stuff, and that is 1-0. Now that actually felt a very easy little shot to hit. So I'm going to go same shot with ZX7. That one just not quite cutting back, so is it going to be long enough to get over everything? No. Now, to be fair, that was a great strike, just didn't quite work back. But 1-0, and like I said, this is all about when I'm trying to play shots, which one can I get in play most often? Oh, it's another fairway finder. The ZX5 is coming into its own. And that is 2-0. Right, so with ZX7, I'm maybe just going to go just dead straight. So middle of the fairway, try and hit that nice frozen rope. Just pulled that a little bit, and I think that's going to miss the fairway again. It is. And this is where it can be tough for drivers, can't it? Because definitely just out and out performance, ZX7 seem to be a lot better. Now, obviously, strike moves around a little bit. I'm not hitting everything out of the exact same part of the club face. But certainly for these first two drives, accuracy-wise, ZX5's been really good. So let's go for that little baby fade again. set off left. I've just hit that a little toey so it's not coming back. Right, so the good news is, for the ZX7 anyway, that was a missed fairway, so chance to get back to 2-1. Gone for the straight one and it's just leaking, but is it gonna hang on? It is, and that's 2-1. Right, so that was by no means the best one I've hit, but it was in play on the short stuff and that's what I was going for. Right, back to ZX5. That is another one straight down the middle. 3-1. Right, so pressure is on. ZX7, this needs to be in the fairway or the accuracy challenge is over. It's a good start line. Is it drifting a little bit? It is, but it's in play. Right, so after 2 rounds, it didn't look like there's going to be much competition, but this, for the win, for the ZX5. That should be it. Don't think it'll be long enough to roll through the fairway. And there we are. Right, so that was interesting. So in driving range mode, saw that ZX7 I thought was considerably better. Now I'll be honest, I think that's down to my striking. I was slightly more towards the middle with ZX7 than I was ZX5. Then when we went on to the accuracy challenge, ZX5 really performed. So that's the challenge though, isn't it? Is it the driver? Is it me? I mean, I always say I think a lot of the accuracy thing is user error, but I think both of those, good, solid drivers. My one little concern as to how popular these will be is I think RRP in the UK is £429. So it's going to be going head to head with a lot of the major manufacturers. Now that might put the odd golfer off. I mean, I think if it performs, it goes in the bag, you know, irrelevant of which manufacturer it is. But I think when you're going head to head and the other guys have got the marketing budgets and in a lot more places to test, I do wonder maybe how many people will end up with these drivers in the bag. But I think they're good, solid drivers. And I think Srixon, you know, generally speaking, I think are probably more known for their golf balls currently, but are making some great equipment. And these 2 drivers are just part of that range. So if you are in the market for a new driver, you know, potentially ZX5 and 7, you should be trying, seeing how they perform for you. And if they are the best, get them in the bag, drive the ball better, and from those better tee shots, start enjoying your golf more. So guys, hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, like it and share it. Comment below and I'll get back to as many people as I can. If you've enjoyed the video and you don't currently subscribe, I'd love you just to hit the button below. Ring the little bell, then you'll find out whenever I drop a new video. Follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Ali Taylor Golf. Hopefully catch up with some of you guys down here soon. Stay in contact.